this video, I'm going to show you how to completely walk backwards from the registration of a payment to deleting the invoice to deleting the sales order. In case this ever needs to happen, or probably your case, you're teaching your team how to use Odoo and you want to be able to backtrack your steps. All right, so first and foremost, we want to real quickly walk through the flow that Odoo uses so that you know how to move forward and then how to move backward. So we are going to start from the beginning and then work our way forward. So in Odoo, as you probably know, you create a sales order. And that sales order contains the product, the customer information, all of that. Then you create an invoice. So we're going to go ahead and click Invoices. And we see we have one invoice that is in payment. This is important because in payment tells us that we have registered payment, which we can see here, but we have not yet reconciled at the end of our month. This is great. I'll create another video for how to unreconcile, but in this one, we have only registered the payment and have not reconciled our books yet. All right, so then we have a few different records when it comes to an order. We have at the very most minute level, we have the payment record. And then if we use the breadcrumbs, we can go back and have the invoice onto which that payment was registered. And then if we keep going back, we have the sales order onto which the invoice was registered. So sales order, invoice, payment record. We actually want to start from the payment record and work our way backwards so that we can completely eradicate sales order number 1 and all associated payments. This is the safest way to do it. I haven't found a different way. It takes some clicks, but it is definitely the safest way for your database and the long-term health and sustainability of Odoo. So we can see that this is in process. That's good. It means it hasn't been reconciled yet, which is a little bit of a different beast. What we're going to do is reset this to draft. Okay, so then that took us from in process back to draft. And this is where we're going to be able to delete this. Okay, so we can click on actions and delete. I want you to notice though that there's also a cancel button. So if you want to be able to maintain the chatter and all of the records, go ahead and cancel it. In this version, we are deleting it. So we're going to go ahead and click delete. It's going to give us a warning, which is great, but we're pretty sure. We're 100% sure, I should say. All right, awesome. So then now we only have the sales order button up here. We don't have that previously shown payments button because the payment record has been deleted. So now, how do we delete an invoice? We want to move it from posted back into draft state. So you're going to notice a pattern here. We're going to reset it to draft. And then, of course, we can either click cancel, or in this case, we're going to click delete. This operation will create a gap in the sequence. So what that's telling us is that invoice 2025-00001 will cease to exist. If we were deleting, for example, invoice 2025-00400, that might cause a problem in the sequence if our very next invoice that we were going to create is 401. However, there are ways to work around this that I'll share in another video. So we are absolutely sure that we want to delete this and not cancel it. We're going to click delete. All right, so then that takes us back to the sales order. There's no invoice attached. There's no payment. We are just at the sales order level. What we want to do is actually cancel this one. So in the sales application, it's cancel. In the accounting application, which is your invoices, your payments, your journal entries, it's reset to draft. So we want to click cancel on this one. And it's giving us a heads up that this may affect related documents. We know that. That's why we worked backwards from the payment to the invoice to the sales order. We're going to click OK. We do want to cancel this. And so now we can leave it in the canceled state, or we can click on delete. All right, cool. So that immediately took us to the next sales order in the sequence, which is sales order 2. But now if we take a look, we have no record of sales order 1. If we go back to accounting, to customers, to payments, we only see the one for sales order number 1 or 2, whichever one was in the back end. We only see one payment. We should really only see one invoice. And we do. This is in red because it's telling us that it is out of sequence. Odoo knows, it's like, hey, this should probably be the first one because there's only one invoice in the actual database. And so what we can do here, if we wanted to, is select all of them, actions, resequence, and that will help you get rid of that red. But sometimes, as a business owner, you just have to deal with the red, right? So that was a video on how we successfully and safely delete all of the records associated with a sales order. We started in accounting with our customers' payments. We deleted the payment, then we went back and deleted the invoice, and then we went back and deleted the sales order. For continuity's sake, I recommend using these smart buttons that Odoo already gives you to go into the sales order and then the invoice and then the payment and work your way backwards from there. All right, best of luck. I'll see you in the next video.